it's Liz from Old Stables Crafts again, and we're continuing with our 12 tags of Christmas season, and this is today's project that we're going to make. This is using a very old favourite stamp set which has been in the catalogue for quite a few years now, called Lovely as a Tree, and it's got some really nice tree images, one of which is great as a Christmas tree, but you've got other autumnal and winter trees as well, although this one of course you could do as a summer. So great set to think about. As I say, that's been in the catalogue for many a years, so you may already have that. So this, as I say, is what we're going to do today. Again, slightly non-traditional colours, but again, I think work nicely. Minimal supplies. We're looking at a piece of 2 inch by 4 1/4 inches thick whisper white, and that is 5 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. Don't worry about the measurements, they'll all be on my blog post, so you don't have to write anything down. All the details will be there. So let's get started. Mint Macaron and Emerald Envy are our colours. I'll bring in a piece of scrap because we are going to stamp over the edge of this. And you will also see that we've got some washi tape at the bottom here. So in order to make sure we've got a nice clean background, I am going to use a post-it note just to block off a little bit of the card, although actually it would be sensible to use the scallop topper first, so really not thinking today. Scallop tag topper punch, we've been using this through a lot of the series, so straight in, straight down, and there we are, nice easy tag topper. I'm not going to round the corners just yet because we'll do that when the washi tape is on. So as I say, post-it note. Now, some post-it notes are very, very sticky and can rip when you take them off cardstock. So I would be careful and make sure that you've stuck your post-it note to something else a few times. T-shirt or jeans work very well just to take some of the stick off. And then we're using the large Christmas tree image from the stamp set, this one here. And this is mounted on an E-block. It's a slightly bigger stamp than some of the ones we use. And I'm going to start with the Mint Macaron, which is one of the colours on the 2015-2017 in colours. And foam pad, so gentle tapping. Make sure it's properly inked, which it is, and then I'm going to stamp off and then stamp over the edge of our tag, because this is going to be in the background. And just pay particular attention to where the post-it note is, because that will tend to not stamp brilliantly well. It's adequate for what we need, but just pay a bit of attention to that. Then tap, tap, tap again, stamp off, and then over to the other side. And I would put this at a different height so that it's not too lined up. I think it just looks nicer if it's not too planned. And then that's that done, so we get rid of that so we don't end up with ink everywhere. And then just clean my stamp on my stamping scrub. And then Emerald Envy, and this time we're going to use the full colour. So gentle taps and fill the space in the middle, and it doesn't matter if it overlaps the trees that you've already got, that's actually part of the idea. And again, just pay attention to where the post-it note starts and finishes, and there we go. Get rid of that, pop that to one side, and I'll clean that up later. And then very gently remove your post-it note so that you know you're not going to get anything ripped. And then we need our Presents and Pinecone designer washi tape. You get 5 of these in a pack, and these are, everything should still be available on the online store, which I'll get rid of that, we don't need that now. I did check when I was filming this that everything was available. Obviously by the time this goes live things may have sold out, but they were available. Then I'm going to take a piece, and you can just do it straight onto the tag, but I like to position it, so line it up on your grid paper so you know you're straight, and then this goes at the bottom, and then I'm using the Hollyberry tape, if I can find the end, there we are. Yeah, I thought that was the end. There we are. Again, just take a piece off, and I like to overlap slightly, just so that the bottom is a little narrower. Ooh. And then that covers the area that was a little unevenly stamped under or by the post-it note. And then this you can just trim off with your paper snips, because we don't need that. And rather than turning it to the back, because obviously you want the back clean so that you can write on it, get rid of those bits, don't need those. Take the corner, the Project Life corner rounder, and just make sure you're square and punch out to the corner. Oh, let's get rid of that, it's sticking to the washi tape. And there we are. And then just make sure the washi tape is still nicely stuck down, which it is. And that is our basic tag. We're going to add some bling to this. These are the enamel shapes, metallic enamel shapes, and you get the gold and the silver. But because we're using cool colours, I'm going to use the silver, and then take the piercing tool and just lift up one of the stars so that we can have a star on the top of our tree. It's not terribly straight, but it's not too bad. And then we'll take some of the mint macaron ribbon. This comes in a trio pack with Delightful Dijon and I think Rich Razzleberry, but I will link to it in the post. And then loop this through, cut a piece off, and then we're going to do a slightly different tie for this. We're going to take some of the metallic thread, and this is obviously the silver, and then what I like to do is take a few lengths together so that we don't have to wrap it around too many times. We can do it all in one and then just tie it in one big knot. So I'm going to take 4 lengths together, just cut that off, and then just hold that end, wrap it round, and then say this just gets tied in a knot, hopefully without tying it in a knot or getting it in a knot. There we are. And then just pull that tight so that it holds together. So that was half a knot, there's the full knot. Cut those ends off, straighten it up, and then just trim our 2 ends, and there we are. So there's the one I did earlier, which was actually on a slightly shorter piece of card, but there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. As I say, all the measurements and the products will be in the post that is linked below with measurements. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, then click the subscribe button. And if you want any of the products, there's a link to my shop in the YouTube link below if you're watching this on YouTube. But the products will all be listed on the blog, and you can go straight to that from the link below, and then you can see what they are. So I hope you enjoyed that, and look forward to seeing you again for more tags for Christmas very soon.